Imagine you're standing in line at a coffee shop, waiting to place your order. Suddenly you spot a girl from your gym. She's attractive and usually keeps to herself, but today she's heading your way. As she smiles at you, you feel a spark of interest. Could she have been secretly interested in you all this time? Be unique, be different. Now, you're all set to introduce yourself, but things take a turn. She walks right past you into the arms of her man who was standing behind you. Sorry, you're not the one today. But here's the good news. You could be that guy soon if you get your act together. So, how do you become that guy? Well, first off, if you're just like everybody else, why should she be obsessed with you? Nobody gets obsessed over something common. We obsess over rare things. So, if you want someone to be really interested in you, you've got to be different in a cool way. It's like being a left-handed pitcher in baseball when most pitchers are right-handed. You throw the ball in such a unique way that it surprises everybody. Now, being different might mean that not everyone will want to join your game right away. But here's a secret. You don't need everyone to play your game, you just need a few friends who really enjoy playing it with you. If you try to be liked by everyone, you might end up like that kid in class who gives away all the snacks just so everyone wants to sit with him. But at the end of the day, he might still feel lonely because nobody wants to share their snacks with him in return. Take somebody like Andrew, for example. He believes strongly in certain things, and even though not everyone agrees with them, those who do don't just like him. They think he's amazing. Now, even those who claim to detest him might secretly like him, but don't want to show it because of the group they identify with. Either way, that's the sacrifice of being different and unique. You tend to gain haters, but guess what? You also gain people who would obsess over you. So, what do you have to do to be different? Nothing. You just have to be you. After all, as the saying goes, everyone else is taken. So, don't try to fit in, don't try to please her, and don't try to wear a mask. Love yourself, change whatever it is that needs changing so the real you can shine. Build your personality around your person and not around another person, and watch as not only the right people, but the right women flock to you. Remember, being like everybody else might seem easier, but it's way more fun and easier actually to be yourself. Know when she's BS testing you. In relationships, mutual respect and personal boundaries are key to a strong, healthy relationship. Yet women will constantly test these boundaries. Now, this is not wickedness on their part. It's nature challenging you to build your character and make you stronger. This BS test can also be seen as a barometer for your confidence and your ability to maintain personal space. Now, let me say it again. This is not a matter of deceit or manipulation. This is just the woman's way of assessing compatibility and stability within a partnership. However, this doesn't mean that there aren't toxic women out there who actually do this with bad intentions, but that's another topic entirely. Let's say you have a private study room in the house. An emergency happens, and you allow her into the room to discuss the matter. Then, just a day later, she might decide to come have lunch in your private room. This is a test, and you cannot afford to fail it by allowing her to have her way in such circumstances. It's important to maintain a balance. While being accommodating is often seen as an act of kindness, maintaining your space, which allows you to function, is another act of kindness. Respecting both partners' needs in space prevents the creation of a dependency that could potentially lead to the loss of respect or attraction in the relationship over time. A woman needs a strong man because she knows that the world is a tough place, and while they have their own strength, they need a man's strength too. So, this kind of test is to see how tough you are when it comes to boundaries. You need to show that you value your independence and the relationship equally. There are numerous ways through which a woman can BS test you, and what's more, they'll do it when you're most vulnerable. Maybe during a particularly busy week or when business isn't going so well. At such times, you might see her telling you to relax and take a day off. She might come up with statements that might make sense like, "You work too hard. Let me treat you to a good blank." Trust me, you don't want to take that advice. Why? Because if things go south, no one's going to care that your woman was the one who kept you at home when you should be at work. Make the rules and stick to them. And anytime she throws something unusual your way, know that it's a test, and you must pass. Hold yourself to higher standards. Upholding oneself to higher standards involves a commitment to personal growth, to leadership and integrity. You can't possibly pass a woman's BS test without this. If you're the type that sleeps with anything in skirts, what's going to stop you from failing if your woman sets up one of her hot friends to seduce you? You need to be a high-value man, not only in words, but in actions. When you act like a king, any woman you choose automatically feels like a queen. Hence, when you hold yourself to higher standards, she gets respected just as you get respected. She gets loved where you're loved, and gets the benefits that you get. Now tell me, who wouldn't obsess over such a guy? A man whose name opens doors for her even in his absence. So, in what ways should you hold yourself to higher standards? Constant self-improvement in all areas of life is vital if you want to get your girl obsessed with you. Areas such as personal development, career advancement, intellectual growth, and physical fitness are not negotiable. You just have to step up your game in these areas to a level whereby you walk into a room and grab people's attention. Now, should you make all these improvements because you want to get a girl obsessed with you? Well, if that's your motive, then you're not going to do it right. Impure motivations like that will fail every time. You should improve yourself and your own life for personal satisfaction and fulfillment before you seek external validation. External validation is natural, and I understand, but for the wrong reasons, bad results. It's simple, really. If your head's not in the right place, you're not going to do it right. Now let's delve deeper into the motivation behind self-improvement. Should you embark on this journey solely to make a girl obsessed with you? The answer is a resounding no. If your primary motive for personal growth is to gain external validation or to manipulate someone's feelings, you're setting yourself up for failure. Improving yourself solely to attract someone else's attention or to fulfill a specific agenda is an impure motivation. Such intentions lack authenticity and sincerity, which are crucial for genuine personal development. When your focus is solely on external validation, you're neglecting your own well-being and fulfillment. External validation, seeking approval or validation from others, is a natural inclination that many people experience. However, relying solely on external validation for your sense of worth or happiness is precarious. It's like building a house on shaky ground. It's bound to collapse eventually. True personal growth and fulfillment come from within. It's about pursuing goals and aspirations that resonate with your values, passions, and interests. When you prioritize your own satisfaction and fulfillment, you're on a path towards genuine happiness and contentment. When your head is in the right place, driven by authentic motives, your efforts towards self-improvement become more meaningful and sustainable. You're not chasing after someone else's approval or affection. Instead, you're investing in yourself for your own sake. So, before you embark on the journey of self-improvement, take a moment to reflect on your motives. Are you doing it to enhance your own life and well-being, or are you seeking validation from others? Remember, true growth and fulfillment come from within, not from external sources. There was a time when I would always go to the library to pick up a book because I wanted to impress a certain course mate. Never worked out, and I think you know why. Because one day she asked me about the book I was reading. That was my opportunity to get her, but I fumbled when I couldn't explain the book because I wasn't reading it. That's an example of when you're doing a good thing for